Hello and good morning to another solar video. So it's all solar these days. I'm doing another system at a house further away. I might film that as well. But today we're going to look at my father's solar system, which I have extended yesterday for solar charging. So what we have here on this roof and also on the other roof, but we can't see that from here, is an 8 kilowatt peak solar system, and that's directed to the south and to the west to give some good energy distribution. So far my father has done some manual solar charging, so whenever the sun comes out he runs outside and plugs in his e-Golf to make use of the solar energy to charge it instead of taking it from the grid. And I want to change that and build, and I'm controlling the charger now to only charge or use energy from the solar system up until some minimum. So I think we're going to look at the charger next and see how it works. So here it is, the wall box, and I'm sure this is going to work with any wall box. This is just a very common one in Germany from Heidelberg, which used to make machines for printing newspapers, but that's not all the rage these days. So, making wall boxes now. Yeah, good old Type 2 connector. And we can see here it's got the main three-phase electricity feed, and then here we have a data cable which is RS485 for power control. Good, let's plug it in. And now that is charging. Let's see if we can see the charging power. Alright, it's not exactly verbose on the charging power, but we can see for these last few percent, it calculates 1.5 hours, so it's apparently charging pretty slow. And that's because there is hardly any sun right now, so the Heidelberg limits to the absolute minimum of 6 amps per phase. And that means roughly, I think 2.5 kilowatts of charging power. Good, so that's what's happening out here. Let's take a look at the basement where all the data and energy flows together. Okay, so that's where we start. This is the good old SMA solar inverter. And right next to it we have a storage inverter. And then here we have a, I think, 8 kilowatt hour storage system. And yes, we have all the data coming out of here. So in here we have an SMA power meter or home manager as they call it, and that measures the energy flow from from into the grid. And we're going to use the data of that to control our charge rate. Good. So this is where it all comes together. So all the Ethernet cables and so on, they kind of are collected here. And then here in this little plastic box there is a BeagleBone Black, and that that talks to the Heidelberg wall box via the data cable here. So that runs 10 meters all the way outside the wall box, and it also collects the energy flow from the meter that we just saw. And then runs a little script to make a zero export and zero import policy. Good. So I guess next we take a look at the computer screen and see it all working. Yes, so here is what the SMA system reports. Currently we need 2.8 kilowatts for the house and to charge the car. 1.6 kilowatts of which come from the solar system and 1.2 kilowatts come from the battery system. Yeah, we won't see much regulation now because there's too little solar power right now. It's a bit clouded over. And then we have a more detailed view into the wallbox itself, which does its own reports. So we can see the eGolf is charging off 2 phases, very unique setup, and we are allowing the minimum charge current, which the Type 2 protocol, so to speak, supports, is 6 amps per phase. Yeah, and that results in a total charge power of 2.7 kilowatts. Right, we have also a button here that allows us to unlock the full charge power if you're really needing the car to be charged up quickly. I can press it now just to demonstrate. And here we see the allowed charge current per phase jumps to 16 amps. And now we have the full 7.2 kilowatts that the eGolf can charge it. Alright, I think that's about it, what we can say about this. We can take a look at yesterday's profile. Yes, so here we can see how the charge count is being controlled, which I can't demonstrate today. And then apparently here it was a bit clouded over, so it took the charge current, charge power down to stay within the solar system's power delivery. And then it kind of went up again. And then the car was fully charged, and that was it. And we can look a day earlier when the regulation was not in place. We can see this red area here is power being drawn from the grid. And that's what we are avoiding now. Alright, I will link in down below which kind of software packages, open source software I use to communicate to the SMA energy meter and to talk to the Heidelberg Wallbox. I didn't write that myself, but I used it ready-made. And I think I will also publish the code that connects it all together and does the regulation. I will eventually put that up on GitHub and also link it in down below. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.